What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today I want to let you know that A, that intro is not going away at all. B, thank you for the feedback on yesterday's video. That's right, I said yesterday because today, a random surprise Tuesday video. It happens from time to time. Yesterday, I tried a really interesting-ish way to display the 3 currently inked pens that I have for July of 2024. Because people ask me that all the time, like, what do you actually have inked up? And I just didn't want to do like a basic video on it because I knew it was going to be like 2 seconds, and I thought, okay, let's try something different. I stumbled on TikTok the other night into like the ASMR sphere. The vast majority of my TikToks are like old school Vine videos or old school fail videos because I'm a 35-year-old millennial, and that's what I grew up on when, YouTube became a thing. Because, I existed before YouTube did. So I decided to do a more unique style there. So for those of you who have provided feedback, thank you very much. It won't be something that is like commonly done. Almost very likely will never be a Monday or a Friday. It would probably be in place of this. So like just a random Tuesday video that I feel like just doing for funsies, because it was pretty fun. And I mean, the first minute was rough. It took me a second to figure out like mic placement and all that kind of stuff. So we got there in the end. But today I thought I would answer a message that I got sent on Patreon. So if you check out the link in the description below, you'll find the link to my Patreon if you want to help support me there. But somebody messaged me and just said, how many pens do you actually have? And I said that was a really hard answer to give because I have more pens than what I actually count. Which is an odd statement because it's like, it should be a black or white answer. Like, you either have 10 pens or you don't, you know what I mean? But it's a little harder than that. I have 39 pens that I consider part of my collection. And then I have others that basically are deemed for sale. So I'm actually going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you with some brevity the 39 pens that I have. I'm not going to go crazy into detail for 2 reasons. One, because then this video would be an hour and a half long and nobody wants to sit there for that. 2, because I'm going to do like a year-end collection anyways. Now, granted, I will say by the year's end, more than likely there's about 8 or so that will not be here. And I will be totally honest with you guys, I have several on the way to me right now, but they're coming from other countries, so they could take a while. Because I am super, super blessed with what I do for you guys, it does afford me the opportunity to try more pens than I would be able to if I wasn't doing this. Not only because I use the funds from Patreon to help buy more pens for this, but also sometimes I do partner with companies, never for like paid reviews or anything like that. I've never once been paid for an actual review, but typically I'll either be sent a rather pricey fountain pen that I can use and then return, or if it's like mid-price to low point, then usually I get to keep them. So that's how I like get paid for reviews, but I don't actually get like money for it. And I've also never done ad blocks, even though I have been given requests to do so, but they're never in like the fountain pen sphere, so it just seems dumb to me to put like Raycon, for example, reached out, and I'm like, why am I going to talk about headphones when I'm a fountain pen channel? That seems weird. But anyways, I digress. It's already been a 4.5 minute intro. Let me flip that camera around. Okay, so a potential spoiler for those of you who did not watch yesterday's video, but I still highly recommend that you do. These are my 3 currently inked. So I have the Gravitas Pocket Pen, I have the Kaweco Art Sport, and the Pilot Custom 823. These are all part of the 39 that are in my collection because they are being used. And then again, just very, very briefly, this is basically how I store my pens. I'm in some jammies. I have like my pilots up here. Then I have, this is as far out as I can go, so I don't really have light in there. But then I have a Sailor fountain pen, my Platinum 3776 pens, my 2 Pelikan pens, and my Lamy 2000. These I don't count because they're just like not disposable, but basically disposable pens. These are basically the Preppies and the Jinhao Shark. And any dip nibs that I have. So these I don't really count as pens, even though technically they are, but I didn't count them in my 39. Then I have my Aurora Optimas, the Diplomat Aero. So this is what I mean by, like, right now this is being counted as one of my 39, but it is very likely not going to remain in my collection. It's a perfectly fine pen, it's just not my thing. Got Wancher Dream Pen, my Twisbees, my 2 Leonardos, and my 2 Viscontis. And then down here, I have some more Gravitas pens. So I have another pocket pen that I eventually will do a review on. Never Travel, a vacuum fill, and another pocket pen. This one's really cool. It's like a rainbow. Then I have all of my Benus because they're gorgeous and I adore them. My Jinhao X159, my Lamy Safari. Yes, this should be with the Lamy 2000 up there. It's the only pen for whatever reason that I separate, and I'm not sure why. And then the 2 Kavekos that I am keeping. And I say keeping because this is where it becomes difficult. If I close those drawers, I have this right here. Let's move these out of the way. That has some more pens in it, as you can see. But this is my to sell binder. So these are ones I've already decided that I will not be keeping, and I will be listing for sale when I eventually have a whole bunch and or the time to be able to ship out a whole bunch. So technically speaking, all of these fountain pens are also in my collection, but I don't count them because I know I'm going to sell them. So it's sort of a catch-22, you know what I mean? And that's what I mean, like the Diplomat Aero is probably gonna go in here and, you know, start filling out this side because I tend to do sales once or twice a year for the most part. So that's sort of what I mean by it's a hard answer. But I am curious to know, would you guys count my for sale binder as part of my pen collection? Let me know in the comment section down below, because like I said, I don't, because I don't consider them in my collection anymore, you know what I mean? But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 16 pens in there right now. Like I said, I'm probably going to add more, which is why I haven't listed these yet. I mean, if for whatever reason you see one that you're like, oh my God, I must have, reach out to me. Not through the comments in YouTube, by the way, either like Instagram message me or send me an email, because if you comment in the YouTube section, sometimes I get so many comments I can't go through them all. Typically I am really good at reading all of them, but that it's more likely to get lost there than if you message me through Instagram or through email. You'll find the link to my Instagram in the description as well. So obviously check out the description. But yeah, I'm going to be adding more to that as time goes. Like I said, I typically do that about twice a year. For those who are already supporting me as paid tiers on Patreon, not the free tier, but the paid tiers, you guys typically get 1 to 2 weeks first dibs, basically, before it opens up to everyone else. I will let you guys know with plenty of time that it will be happening. Typically on YouTube, I will say, like, I'm going to be posting them for sale 1 week from now, 2 weeks from now. I'll usually put it on my Instagram stories about that as well, so have no fear. Right now, roughly, do not hold me to this, but roughly I'm planning probably towards the end of August. Is what I'm thinking. Potentially the beginning of September, but ideally I'd prefer like end of summer-ish. We'll see. Like I said, don't hold me to it. Very likely won't be sooner than that, but that's sort of where my brain is at. So thank you for the message, and also thank you for how I tried to explain it. It's just sometimes it's easier to show you visually, you know what I mean? And also for providing me with an idea that I could talk to everyone else about. So if you're still watching this far in, hit that like, hit the subscribe. New videos every Monday and Friday, and the occasional one on Tuesday. But as always, check the link in the description if you want to find my Patreon there to help support me. I would very much appreciate it. But have no fear, I will return. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.